Good morning, and welcome to Metro's State of the Agency. Today's program will begin momentarily. We kindly ask you to take your seats. Thank you. Good morning, and welcome to Metro's State of the Agency. Today's program will begin momentarily. We kindly ask you to take your seats. Thank you. Good morning, and welcome to Metro's State of the Agency. Today's program will begin momentarily. We kindly ask you to take your seats. Thank you. Welcome to LA Metro's annual State of the Agency. Please rise if you're able and remove your hats as we introduce the LA Metro Color Guard for the presentation of colors. After that, please remain standing for our national anthem.
Part time. March. Ready. Halt. Left. Fight. Freeze and color.
Here to sing our national anthem, please welcome Metro's Deputy Board Clerk, Deanna Phillips.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
Color guard, order, colors. Color guard.
You may now
rolling,
be
set.
seated.
Mark time, march. Forward, march. 1, 2, 3, 4, down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Go Metro, let's cut this ribbon! This A-line extension is more than just an infrastructure project. It's a promise that progress will endure.
People are the most important ingredient to our success, and we get things done.
Commuters will be able to beat traffic and ride the Metro D line from downtown LA to the edge of Beverly Hills.
We're growing and getting bigger and better every day.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Congratulations. Thank you.
We are part of shared communities, and those communities are interconnected. Whatever challenges we face, it's our connections that hold us together.
Supporting the World Cup games has been amazing. We've got to meet so many different people from around the world.
We are prepared and ready for the Olympics and beyond.
Coming to the stage, your MC for this morning's event. Please welcome Metro's Chief Customer Experience Officer, Jennifer Videz.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Buenos dias. And give it up for our Metro frontline employees and MVPs. Thank you, sir. Before we begin, I'd like to thank the Metro Color Guard and our Deputy Board Clerk, Deanna Phillips, for that powerful rendition of the national anthem. Absolutely beautiful, am I right? I am Jennifer Videz, Chief Customer Experience Officer here at Metro, and I am so excited to once again host our annual State of the Agency meeting. That's because, as you will hear from all of today's speakers, the state of the agency is strong. It's been a banner year for Metro, truly one for the record books, and next year promises to be even better, which is why we wanted to start this year's State of the Agency matching the energy and the excitement of the 13,000 members of Metro family brought to Los Angeles for the World Cup. Let's give them a hand. I'd also like to thank the current and former Metro board members who are here with us today. LA City Council member Katie Yaroslavsky, Inglewood Mayor James Butts, Long Beach Mayor Rex Richardson, Caltrans District Director Gloria Roberts, Paul Krikorian, Pam O'Connor, Jaime de la Vega, and former Glendale Mayor Aaron Ajarian, incoming Vice Chair Catherine Barger, and of course, outgoing Board Chair Fernando Dutra, and incoming Chair Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. Thank you all for being here and for your guidance as we continue to bring and build and maintain a Metro that truly puts people first. Like I said, I'm so excited to be hosting today's event because we have a lot to celebrate and even more to look forward to. Our speakers are going to share their thoughts on our wins last year, and it's a big list. It includes our A-line extension to Pomona, opening Section 1 of the D-line extension, and of course, our incredible World Cup service, which set the standard for how transit agencies manage mega events. It also marks a turning point in public perception about Metro. High-profile events like our station activations, our Nipsey Hussle collaboration, and our stunning D-line grand opening have people describing Metro in ways they never did before. Cool, fun, and my favorite, shockingly positive. This morning, you'll hear how our leaders at Metro have gotten us to this moment. Our chair for the past year, Fernando Dutra, will reflect on the accomplishments of FY26. Our CEO, Stephanie Wiggins, will share how, thanks to the Metro family, we are reinventing Metro for Los Angeles. And our incoming chair, LA Mayor Karen Bass, will discuss how we'll continue building on gains in public safety, reliability, and affordability, not just for the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games, but for all of the people of LA County. First, let's celebrate Chair Dutra's hard work and accomplishments over the past fiscal year. Fernando Dutra has been a passionate advocate for the Gateway Cities since first joining the Metro Board in 2021. As a builder, he's always championed fiscal responsibility, construction safety, and ensuring that small and diverse companies have access to contracting opportunities with Metro. And his tenure as chair this past year was no different. Let's watch this video that spotlights his success as board chair this past year.
I mean, come on! Holy cow, right? For all of us. What a big deal this is. We began construction of the regional connector back in 2014 with the goal of truly connecting Metro's rail lines to improve how quickly and seamlessly our customers can move around the region. This new light rail transit project providing dependable alternative to driving for over 2 million people. The I-105 express lanes will vastly improve traffic and will especially benefit carpools and transit riders in the gateway cities. Everyone deserves a safe Metro, and nothing is more important than ensuring the safety of our employees and our customers. We're creating a team, and now that the team has a coach, we're looking forward to this being the best safety team in the United States. An agency like Metro can bring in communities and bring in the residents and create such an incredible connection. Transit turns access into opportunity. Projects like this are not easy. They take years of coordination and grit, but look around. The payoff is real, and it's right in front of us. We all want the same thing. We want a transit that is reliable, efficient, and is worthy of the people that we serve. And that's what we're going to deliver. It's going to take an entire team to make it happen, but I know we've got the team to make it happen. So thank you very much. Have a great day.
Please welcome outgoing board chair Fernando Dutra.
Well, good morning, everyone. Paul? So, you know, it's funny, I was looking at the video and I noticed that I'm wearing the same tie as the video as well. I promise I have more than just this tie. I have at least 20, I think, that my kids have given me over the years. And thank you to Hector for this beautiful hat this morning. Where's Hector at? Chair Dutra. And I guess I got to wear it. But I don't know that I'll be wearing during the meeting. I don't think anybody's going to be throwing anything at me this morning. Hopefully, we'll see. That said, thank you all for being here this morning. And Jennifer, thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. Very kind. I hope I can live up to it. Appreciate it. I want to thank and acknowledge my family who is here with me here today. My wife, Mary, of 40 years. Thank you. My son, Eric. His wife, Maddie, my daughter, Sarah, her partner, Anna. Thank you so much for being here and tolerating me during these last few years, talking about buses and trains. You guys know how passionate I am about all this stuff. And by the way, these kids don't just walk the talk, they actually do it. They actually take the trains. And my son and his wife, they love taking the train to LAX, so that's a big deal. Well, we've accomplished something there, right? And then my daughter and Anna, well, they've gone to the World Cup here at SoFi a couple of times on the train and the buses, and the pictures I could share with you are incredible. They love being on the train, and great job, you guys. Thank you for sharing those moments with me and all of us here. These are people that make it happen, so I appreciate the fact that you guys, you know, you made me look good, so I appreciate it. I'm so happy to be here today right after we wrapped up a thrilling World Cup, right? Like many of you, I spent Sunday afternoons surrounded by friends and family watching the final matches, and together we watched these players absolutely make history. But The truly beautiful part of this summer's World Cup is that all of us, every Angelino, every visitor, every single person who counted on Metro during the tournament made history as well. Our World Cup games enhanced transit service provided fans more than, get this, 200,000 rides to and from 8 matches at SoFi Stadium, including the U.S. team's first match of the tournament. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you. And at our peak, Metro provided more than 50,000 rides for a single match. And that, my friends, is history. More than 50,000 rides. This is something Metro is getting used to, of course, because this past fiscal year was nothing short of historic. One of my first honors as Metro Board Chair was to be part of the graduating class for the TCAP class of 2025. They are the future of transportation for Los Angeles County. And then I had the honor of overseeing major milestones for this agency. Last year, as many of you know, we made history with the opening of the A line to Pomona, which is now the longest light rail system in the entire world. We made history when we opened the D line extension. The extension, of course, D line wasn't named after me, by the way. I wish it would have been. And I got plenty of jokes about that, by the way. You can imagine what they were. But we opened the extension to 25,000 people to 3 new stations on Wilshire Boulevard. In November, once again, we made history when we welcomed more than 200,000 people to downtown for the Dodgers Championship Parade, another great event. And we made history advancing transformative projects like the Sepulveda Transit Corridor, the K-Line extension through the environmental process. We did it again, breaking the ground on the G-Line improvements and the North Hollywood to Pasadena Bus Rapid Transit Project. And as you know, we're not only about transit projects, about rails, we're also about freeways as well. Freeway improvements are also an important part of keeping Los Angeles moving around LA. Like the 605 freeway, the I-605 freeway exit, where we improved safety, accessibility, and traffic flow. I don't know how many of you take the 605 to Cerritos Center in East Los Angeles, but that was a huge improvement for safety and accessibility to Cerritos Center. And I know Hector De La Torre is here from the Southway Gateway Cities, representing the cities, and we have so much work that we have to the Southeast cities. We made this happen together, my colleagues on the Metro board, the 13,000 professionals at this agency who make Metro run, and the decades of leadership at Metro, going back all the way back to Mayor Tom Bradley, Supervisor Kenneth Hahn, and the first leaders of this agency, and some of them who are here today with us as well. And I must applaud and single out, if I may, Metro's fearless CEO, my friend Stephanie Wiggins, sitting right here in the front. Can we give her a big hand, please? Well, you want to talk about a tough act to follow. This lady works tirelessly. I don't know how many of you have gotten the text at, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock midnight. That's her working all those hours. You're amazing. True leader. And as I've traveled throughout the United States this past year representing Metro, I can't tell you how many people come up to me and say, you have the best CEO in the nation. You know that? And those are all unsolicited comments that I get from people across the nation. So thank you, Stephanie. Her strong and visionary leadership is the reason Metro has come this far and will go even further. Her emphasis on improving safety and customer experience has really paid off. CEO Wiggins and her team have reinvented Metro for this historic era. And I'm so proud to say that improvements begin with safety. Over the last 2 years, violent crime on Metro is down 28%. And that's something you can actually feel. Big hand to everybody here. Yep. On our train platforms, there's almost always someone you can trust to be with you, a green shirt ambassador, a friendly safety officer, or an outreach team member with a purple vest. How many of you see them there all the time, right? I know Sarah and Anna, you guys commented about it, how they're there and making you feel comfortable. This is just a great, great addition to our team. Our customer experience has leveled up. We've installed dozens of clean and free drone restrooms so everyone can travel with dignity and comfort. Supervisor Mitchell will be proud of that. That's one of the things every time we mention the word drone, she looks at me and goes, Dutra, we got it. And a lot in due in part because of the work that she did. We made the system more seamless and secure with open loop payment. It's a big deal. And we debuted our very own Metro app so that a rider can now plan their journey in confidence. Much easier now. We've created memorable experiences too. Fan rides to LAFC matches with morning coffee carts and pickleball lessons along the D-line. My wife and I love pickleball. She's much better at it than I am. And the Youth Council and Travel Buddy programs for our youngest and most senior riders, which, by the way, I qualify as well. So thank you. Great job, you guys. Because connection isn't just getting from point A to point B, it's building relationships and supporting the communities we travel through every single day. That's the type of reinvention that we're talking about here today. And that's just what we need to continue over the next few years. You know, I had the opportunity to meet a pair of those students at the D-line opening who were curious about how the projects come to be, right? And those of us on the inside, we know how they come to be, right? There's a lot of sausage making, a lot of time. Boy, and the mayor's shaking her head. She's like, boy, does she know. I told them that this is the product of generations of Angelenos who believed in this vision and fought for it, right? There's a tremendous amount of fight that has to happen in order to make these projects happen. I told them that this system belongs to the people of Los Angeles and that they can champion projects like this as well when they get involved. And right there in front of me, one of these students started looking up at one of our Metro board meeting schedules. So my fellow colleagues, get ready, because they're going to be showing up for meetings, and they're going to be involved. So they're smart, articulate, engaged, energetic. Those are the people we need to move us forward. The next generation is paying attention to our work, and they believe in the future Metro is building. They're ready to fight for it. I can see it in their faces. And that's what this year has proven. Even in a car-centric region like Los Angeles, public transit can thrive, and the people of Los Angeles are ready to carry it forward. But we've got to keep our eye on the ball, especially when it comes to construction costs. Got my pals here, Tim and Matt and Ray. Last year, the board adopted Metro's short-range transportation plan, which outlines, get this, a $220 billion investment just over the next 15 years. $220 billion. That's real money. That's a lot of investment, and that's a lot of opportunity for both cost savings and, of course, overruns. We're not going to talk about the overruns. We're going to keep those down, right, Tim, Matt? Right? I'll be watching from afar. I'm proud to have been able to work collaboratively with the Metro team over my time on the board and to find cost and schedule savings and explore tools like public-private partnerships, or as we call it, Metro P3s. We love acronyms here. We're professionals at acronyms. Not only do they defray the costs of building and operating our infrastructure, but also to activate and enliven our stations too. Around the world, where we've had the opportunity to visit other stations, we see Metro stations with hotels, with shopping malls, with restaurants, with offices attached to them, integrated into those stations. I want to see more of that here also. And I know we can do it. We have the intelligence, we have the planners, we have everything it takes to make us the shining station that everybody looks to, the shining agency that everybody looks to. I know we can do it. I see commuters reaching the west side without tackling traffic on Wilshire or the 405 freeway, right? Let's all pray for that. See if we can make that happen. I see Angelenos and first-time visitors all hopping on a bus or a train to explore everything Los Angeles has to offer. My family's doing it. I'm so proud of them to see them doing it. And I see it all coming together in 2028, when the world returns for the Olympic and Paralympic Games and moves through our region on a system built by Los Angeles for Los Angeles. This is all possible because of the tremendous amount of work that we've done together, all of us. Not only this year, but for generations. Together, we've built a metro that lasts, that's growing, and that's only getting better and better by the day. I will close with a word of thanks. It's been a privilege of a lifetime to serve as your board for the past 5 years, and to spend the final chapter as your chair. Everything we've accomplished together as one huge team. This board, my colleagues, who I have tremendous amount of respect for, your intelligence. If the people of Los Angeles County only knew how lucky they are to have every single one of you, how dedicated you are to your craft, we're very, very lucky to have you as board members and as leaders in Los Angeles, all of you. And of course, the 13,000 of the most dedicated people in Los Angeles County. I'm so proud of what we've built, even prouder of those whom I've got to build it with. Thank you for letting me be part of it for just a little short while in history. And for the last time, go Metro!
Okay. Thank you, gracias, Chair Dutra. Your impact on our system and our region will be felt for generations to come, and we are grateful to you for your service to us and to the people of LA County. Building a safer and more secure metro is a key priority for our next speaker, our incoming first Vice Chair, Catherine Barger. Director Barger has served on the Metro Board for a decade, where she's been an outspoken champion of our efforts to make Metro safer for our riders and employees, including our biggest step to date, building our in-house Department of Public Safety. Here to discuss our progress in standing up the DPS and some of our other safety efforts, please welcome Metro's first Vice Chair, Catherine Barger.
Before I start, I want to thank you, Fernando, for being a fearless leader and for truly showing what working together can accomplish. So thank you for the work that you've done. I know you're a phone call away, and I will be using it. So good morning. Ara, good morning. Yeah, you're Armenian. Come on, have some feel to that. It is a pleasure to be with you this morning and a pleasure to serve as the first Vice Chair of the LA Metro Board of Directors. Director Dutra, again, thank you for your leadership and your partnership over the past 5 years, and especially this past year as our fearless board chair. I am grateful for your support to advance what I believe is our most important priority, public safety. During our fiscal year 2027 budget outreach, Metro heard from more than 7,500 people, and once again, not surprising, safety was their top concern. It is our board's top priority as well. Our employees deserve a safe workplace, and our customers deserve a safe ride. And nothing we do is more important than delivering on that commitment. In April of 2024, the board approved my motion that marked a new chapter in Metro's approach to public safety. Our goal is straightforward: ensuring our transit system is being used for what its intended purpose was and is, through a layered strategy that combines people, technology, infrastructure, and strong partnerships. We've increased the visible presence of transit security officers. There's some over there. Thank you for everything you do each and every day. We have contract law enforcement and more than 300 Metro ambassadors. We have strengthened partnerships with the county, cities, and homeless service providers to better address the challenges of homelessness, untreated mental illness, and substance abuse that affect our system. At the same time, We've invested in infrastructure that supports a safer system. We've installed taller fare gates at 26 stations with more to come this year, expanded tap-to-exit, upgraded our CCTV network, opened a state-of-the-art emergency security operations center, retrofitted every bus with operator safety barriers. Important. Yeah. We've improved station lighting, expanded cell service throughout underground stations, and continued making stations cleaner, brighter, and more welcoming. Most importantly, these efforts are producing measurable results. Since 2024, violent crime is down more than 22%. I want to get it to 0. Operator assaults have been cut in half, and serious assaults are down 67%. Customer satisfaction has climbed to 87%, and our new fare gates have significantly increased paid ridership while reducing reported issues. There is a correlation. Perhaps our board's boldest decision has been creating Metro's own sworn police department and consolidating our multi-layered safety programs under a single Department of Public Safety. Last year, we welcomed former San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott to lead that effort. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. He deserves it. Today, I'm equally pleased to recognize our newest major hire, Deputy Chief Jody Steiger. Deputy Chief Steiger, a Marine Corps veteran, brings decades of leadership in law enforcement, oversight, procedural justice, and community safety. Please join me in welcoming him to our Metro family. Stand up so we know where to find you. There you go. The caliber of leaders joining Metro reflects the momentum that we have built and will continue to build. In the coming year, we'll continue hiring key leadership, recruit 40 lateral police officers, expand our care-based division, and begin establishing crisis response teams. We're proud of the progress we've made, but we know that our work is far from finished. I look forward to working closely with our chair, the incredible Mayor Bass, as we work this coming year to continue to build a transit system that is fair, safer, more welcoming, and worthy of the trust our employees, riders place in us each and every day. Our investments in safety were recently put to the test during the FIFA World Cup. Metro successfully delivered its largest coordinated transit operation to date, safely serving millions of visitors while protecting critical infrastructure. Stephanie and your team, big round of applause. Across enhanced service and Metro-supported fan zones, there were no safety or security incidents. That is a powerful demonstration of our preparedness as we look ahead to welcoming the world again during the 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games. I'm now proud to share this video that highlights the extraordinary efforts that went into our enhanced World Cup transit system.
We will make LA County proud as we welcome millions of visitors for the World Cup in 2026.
We are thrilled to have Metro on board as an official host city supporter of the Los Angeles World Cup 2026. We have a unique opportunity to rewrite the narrative on transportation in Los Angeles.
The countdown is on until the first World Cup matches kick off in LA, and Metro is already gearing up to get some fans to the games.
LA Metro is showing off the additional buses it plans to use for the World Cup.
Metro is trying to make it easier for fans by providing an alternative, ready to take fans directly to SoFi Stadium, or Los Angeles Stadium as it will be known during the World Cup, for the regular round-trip price of $3.50.
Soccer fans from all over the world have been pouring into Southern California this week. And Metro wants everyone to feel safe as they travel to matches.
You know what's getting rave reviews? Metro is reporting huge numbers. They're thankful that we're here. Everybody was super friendly getting onto the bus.
The moment we saw volunteers, they were able to point us in the right direction, which was awesome.
Very organized, very clean.
A good experience.
Nos gustó mucho, estamos muy contentos.
An opportunity to not have to drive all the way up.
I'm very thankful for everything.
It was organized. I couldn't have gotten here any faster driving myself.
Lucky we chose the bus.
Here to introduce our next speaker, please welcome Metro's 2026 Youth Council Chair, Peter Broussard, and representing TCAP, Metro's Transportation Career Academy program, student intern Bruno Zapata.
Hello everyone, we just saw that video. What an amazing job Metro has done, not just in the past fiscal year, but during the World Cup. That is amazing. Can we give another round of applause? And I loved it. I used Metro's bus service to the Whittier Narrows fan zone. Wonderful job, Board Director Solis, on that. Thank you. So again, hello everyone. Thank you so much for inviting both of us to be part of this year's State of the Agency ceremony. My name is Peter, and I'm this year's 2026 Youth Council Chair.
And I am Bruno. I am a student intern in the Transportation Career Academy program, otherwise known as TCAP.
And yes. And we're here because above all, we're big fans of public transit. You know, Chair Dutra, there you are, mentioned meeting students who wanted to tune into Metro board meetings and get involved in the future of urban planning. And I definitely relate. I've been tuning in too. That passion brought me here to the Metro Youth Council. And since we're all celebrating all of Metro's accomplishments over the past year, I want to shine a spotlight on the Youth Council's impact too. This year, we collaborate with Metro Fair programs, including GoPass and the TAP team, to get the word out about how affordable transit is for youth. Guess what? We increased GoPass registrations at our school by 69%. Additionally, we worked alongside Metro's sustainability team to support the creation of sustainability clubs at our schools and to engage students in climate action and sustainable transportation. And we also used our social media channels to promote Metro to our peers, helping them discover the convenience of riding Metro and understand the great, amazing work Metro's doing across LA County, such as the recent opening of Section 1 of the D-Line extension. That was amazing. And we have expanded youth participation in Metro's budget processes. Last year, in fiscal year 2026, we only received 92 responses from riders under 18. This year, we got 880. That's an 856% increase. And that means young people like us, the future of Metro, are better represented in the agency's budget decision making.
It feels really good to know that an agency like Metro is looking out for LA's youth and for the next generation of leaders in transportation. In the fall, I'm heading to UCLA to study civil engineering. But before I start my next chapter, I'm spending this summer learning about transit, civic engagement, and public service through TCAP. I'm building relationships with mentors and making new connections that will continue throughout my career. And all of that is building up to a final group project that I will present to Metro leadership at the end of the summer. This kind of real-world experience makes me confident that a career in transportation is the right choice for me. Through programs like TCAP, Metro is helping me open doors I didn't even know existed, and it makes me so excited for the future.
Youth Council and TCAP are important ways Metro's investing in young Angelinos. And that would be possible without leaders who believe in the value of this work. And that starts with Metro CEO Stephanie Wiggins.
CEO Wiggins has led Metro since June 2021, leading the nation's second largest transit agency with a $9.7 billion budget, 13,000 employees, and the nation's largest public transportation expansion program. And throughout it all, she's kept the focus on what matters most, people. So please, join us in welcoming the person who has led this charge, Metro CEO, Stephanie Wiggins.
Thank you, Peter and Bruno, for that introduction. Isn't it so inspiring to actually see the youth and our engagement and really making tangible difference on how Metro moves throughout LA County? You know, I'm so glad that they've chosen to engage with Metro and our community, and I can't thank you both enough for the job you've done this year. And thank you, Chair Dutra, for your time as chair. You've done an incredible job. You know, you've been so inspirational and motivational to our team. I can't thank you enough for your policy direction and your enthusiasm for making Metro a better agency for everyone. Thank you so much. We are going to miss you on this board. Let's give him a round. I'd also like to recognize another outgoing member, Director Ara Najarian. He has been with Metro on the board for more than 20 years, and he has been a force of good, not just on the Metro board, but also on the MetroLink board representing Metro. So again, thank you for your decades of service with Metro, and thank you for being an incredible leader for us as well. Now, every year, this speech gives me an opportunity to reflect on where we've been, where we are today, and where we're headed. But this year feels a little different. And not just because it's my 5th State of the Agency address, thank you for the contract extension, though that is exciting. It feels different because this year has marked a turning point. The work we've nurtured together from my first day is now revealing the strength of what we've built, and our progress together is unmistakable. When I became CEO in 2021, Metro was coming out of one of the most difficult periods in its history. The whole world was. Ridership was down, public confidence was shaken, and our incredible employees were carrying extraordinary burdens serving as frontline workers for Los Angeles. Now, someone recently reminded me how important it was that I had a board that truly gave me the space and support to recover, rebuild, and reinvent what Metro could be. I will always be grateful for that, because make no mistake, 5 years ago, we absolutely set out on a reinvention mission. In that time, we have invested in improving rider safety. We worked to better understand the customer experience so we could make transit easier. We cleaned and improved our facilities, planned and delivered major capital projects, embraced technology, and perhaps most importantly for me, we've changed how we work together as one Metro. And then, this summer, the world showed up to tell us how we were doing. And I'll admit, leading up to the tournament, I heard some of the skepticism with our World Cup service. Why would people who paid thousands of dollars for their ticket at the World Cup take a bus to the stadium? But we proved the doubters wrong. During that exhilarating tournament, more than 212,000 fans boarded our buses on Metro's World Cup Enhanced service for a fun and affordable trip from hubs across the region to each of the 8 matches played at SoFi Stadium. Now, we can go back to calling it SoFi, right? Not only that, our regular bus and rail ridership surged by 2.4 million riders in June, and our rail ridership climbed 22%. Let's hear it. And it bears repeating again, there were zero security incidents across all of our World Cup service. Those results didn't just happen. Yeah. As you saw in that video, it took almost 2 years of planning and practice to pull this off. And I want to take this moment to recognize our Chief Operations Officer, Chief of World Cup Delivery, Mr. Conan Chung. Please stand up and be recognized. He led a cross-functional team, and they all did extremely well. Thank you so much, Conan. Now, we knew the World Cup was going to be our biggest test before 2028, so we issued an all-hands-on-deck call for all employees as part of our Metro Values and Practice program that brings employees from our offices into the field for major events. Now, this quickly became one of my favorite programs because it does much more than add extra capacity. It brings employees who may not work directly with customers every day together with our frontline employees to get a firsthand understanding of what it takes to serve our customers well. And it was fun. The fans brought the energy, and we were ready. Frontline staff and office workers came together in their now famous Metro jerseys, chanting and celebrating with our customers as they made their way to the match. But the party wasn't only inside the stadium. Over the entire tournament, people came together to cheer on their favorite country or their favorite team of the day in community and friendship with other football fans at hundreds of fan zones all over the county. And Metro was a part of that story. Then, on June 18th, the Mexico versus South Korea match was happening thousands of miles away. But you wouldn't have known it if you were in Koreatown or Mariachi Plaza because they were packed with thousands of Angelinos for watch parties. And people chose Metro to get there. The D-line saw a 95% increase in ridership that day. And system-wide, we saw a 25% increase in rail ridership. A little over a week later, the dream of seeing a bustling Union Station return came true when 50,000 people packed into Metro's official fan zone right here to watch the World Cup matches and enjoy the heart of LA. We were the only transit agency in the nation to host an official fan zone. And I'm going to tell you, people thought I was a little crazy. Actually, my leadership team, hands up, thought I was crazy when I said we should do this and take on another project during an already busy time. But in the end, we stretched ourselves, we built another muscle, and I was told it was one of the best fan zones in the region. On those 4 days and on every match day, Union Station was the backdrop for telling a new Metro story. Our team was on early morning news segments telling LA that Metro was the best way to get to World Cup matches, fan zones, and watch parties. But we weren't just asking them to believe us. Our service backed us up, and Los Angeles listened. Our reinvention has given LA a new outlook on Metro. And while the World Cup revealed some of the reinvention, it certainly did not create it. We have been evolving and transforming for years. Over the past 5 years, we found new ways to put our customers at the center and give them the best possible experience, no matter where they were boarding. We've reimagined our public safety strategy. We focused on visibility, code of conduct enforcement, access control, and care-based strategies. And because of these improvements, you've heard it before, I'm going to say it again, violent crime continues to fall, more than 28% from its pandemic-era highs. And our riders report that the experience has gotten a lot better on our system because it feels safer. On our buses, we've protected our operators, worked with cities to install more shaded bus stops and over 80 miles of bus priority lanes. We've restored and expanded service and improved reliability by driving cancellations to below historical averages. We've made wayfinding and real-time information improvements, added smart bathrooms and contactless payment, and launched our new mobile app. All of these will benefit our customers for years to come, and they were key to helping us deliver a successful World Cup. But they're not temporary improvements. They're permanent markers of our reinvention. As we've expanded our system, we've seized every opportunity to reinvent ourselves. When we extended the world's longest light rail line by another 9 miles, we didn't just hold a ribbon cutting. We rocked the rails. More than 10,000 people came out to our block parties, and ridership is almost 10% up on the A line in the months since. And probably no opening symbolizes transformation and reinvention more than the long-awaited D line extension to Beverly Hills. Thank you, Director Yaroslavsky, for your support on that. Director Yaroslavsky said you must have station activation by the time the extension opens. We did that. Because of that, more than 25,000 people came out to celebrate our 3 new stations along Wilshire Boulevard. The first subway stations to open in America in almost a decade, with people lined up around the block waiting to ride. Now, if I didn't know better, I could have confused that crowd with the Swifties we helped get to the Eras Tour a couple of years ago. That's how excited people were. And in a lot of ways, these moments are all connected. Every major event service, from the Taylor Swift concert to the Dodger Stadium Express, taught us something about how to welcome people, move them safely, and make Metro part of the experience. And they've helped us make our service better for people every day. Now we've got to continue to push forward as we tackle the challenges ahead. This next chapter won't ask us to choose between delivering major projects, preparing for global events, and improving everyday service. No, it will ask us to do all 3 at the same time. In just 6 short months, we'll be back at the mega event game with the Super Bowl 61, but we take nothing for granted. We'll apply our lessons learned from the World Cup to continue to demonstrate our progress. And in the past year, the Metro Board advanced 3 of the most consequential projects we will ever build: the Sepulveda Transit Corridor project and the North and South K-line extensions. In the next year, we will break ground on the East San Fernando Valley line, Director Krikorian, in the Valley, the Vermont Transit Corridor, and on advanced utility relocation for the E-line extension in East Los Angeles. These major projects are each opportunities for us to reinvent Metro for the communities we serve. This year, we'll deploy our first cohort of sworn officers for our Department of Public Safety, another critical step toward becoming the safest large transit system in America. And we'll also be putting muscle behind all the gains we've made this year in ridership to continue building on that success. We'll be expanding our station activations with local music and cultural programming. The same kind of energy you felt this summer, well, that's not just for mega events. We're gonna create all year long station activations to increase transit ridership. Section 1 of the D line has been a huge success. We've seen a 29% surge in ridership on the B and D lines in June. Section 2 and Section 3 are well on their way, and the West Side Connection, combined with LAWA's Skylink, will give people more than just a new way to get across town. They'll give us the opportunity to reinvent our service for veterans, students, domestic and international travelers, everyone who goes Metro. Now that's a lot to do in a very short amount of time. It's going to take a lot of coordination and thousands of people rowing in the same direction. But if the past 5 years is any indication, this Metro team is up to the challenge, because none of what I've described happens without the people to power it. I'm talking about the same ones who are up at the crack of dawn at our divisions and closing out the lines for cleaning when our trains come offline. Our team that trained for months before a fan even boarded a bus for this tournament. And our ambassadors that are out there every day helping riders find their way or just being a friendly face on a tough day. Or a test train operator who worked long hours to make sure that our trains were safe long before the public ever stepped on board. Now this is Martin Macias. Martin's father is a Metro test train operator, and his son was at the D-line extension grand opening, proudly holding this sign honoring his dad. He understood. He understood exactly what that day was about. It wasn't just about the concrete or the steel or any of the fanfare that some of the guests may have come for. Martin gave up his bedtime hugs and shared his dad with us for a milestone that was built for people. It is not lost on me that Martin just happened to be there holding a sign. But his family is one of so many who sacrifice precious time sharing the people they love with us on this journey. And to all of you, our Metro family, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's truly because of you that any of what we have achieved has been possible. You have led this reinvention through your hard work, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You've lived our Metro values and taken a system in need of love and transformed it into one of the most successful transit stories of the last decade. We are coming off a great win with the World Cup, but there are even more exciting times ahead and more reinvention is needed. We need to continue to reinvent public safety, continue keeping our stations and vehicles clean, reliable, and comfortable. We need to keep leaning in to our digital transformation and leverage those tools to keep giving people a better experience every day. And we need to keep improving our bus and rail service for our riders with more shade, more activations, and more people on our system visible and engaged to help keep everyone safe. Now, this is not something we're doing for the Super Bowl or the 2028 games. This is Metro reinvented. Finally, I want to again thank our Metro board, past and present, for giving me the room to run with this amazing Metro team. I know transformation takes patience, and it definitely takes trust, especially when the results aren't always immediate. So thank you for believing in this organization, our rock star employees, and in me. And as we move through this transformational era, I want to thank everyone here today for your continued dedication to our mission and the people we serve. Mayor Bass, thank you once again for taking on the mantle of leadership of this board. We've got a busy year ahead of us, and I can't wait to see all we accomplish together. Go Metro!
Amazing, right? Thank you, CEO Wiggins. Your leadership over the last 5 years is the reason Metro is undergoing such an amazing reinvention and why this is such an exciting time to be at Metro. Ridership and customer satisfaction are both up. We're expanding faster than any transit system in the US. And we're continuing to build a system that puts people first. Our final speaker has also been crucial to Metro's reinvention, and after 2 years is returning to chair our board. For the past 4 years, Mayor Karen Bass has led Los Angeles with an urgent focus on safety and equity and is committed to opening access to opportunity for all Angelinos. A native Angelino herself, Mayor Bass has represented our region at the local, state, and national levels with a well-earned reputation for advancing initiatives that, just like Metro, put people first. On the Metro board, she's consistently backed efforts to expand our service and played a pivotal role in advancing the K Line North extension, which was approved by the board earlier this year. Please join me in welcoming our incoming Metro Board Chair, LA Mayor Karen Bass.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Let me just say, and I was just sharing this with our fabulous CEO, she's just amazing. Oh, there you are. You already made it back to your seat. It's not just her knowledge, but it's her inspiration in which she speaks and she leads us. And I have to say, and I know my board members wouldn't mind me saying this, but on behalf of the board, the current and the past board members, what we say behind closed doors when she's not there is just really praise and admiration and confidence. Can we give her another round of applause? Thank you. And to our youth leaders, boy, I would love to see where you're going to be in 4 and 5 years, because clearly you're rocking it. UCLA, and I know we will see you down there for public comment, but you're who we want to pass that baton on to. So thank you so much for your leadership. And Chair Dutra, it's just been a pleasure working with you over these last 4 years that I have served on the board. Your knowledge that's not even connected to Metro because you're in the construction business, but you've just been a delight. You've been a fabulous chair, and we're going to have to figure out how we keep you around. I said the same thing to Aura. Your years, your institutional knowledge and experience is too valuable for you to just go off in the sunset. So I know that there will be ways that we will look for your continued involvement. And I just want to welcome our new board members, especially my colleague from Long Beach, the mayor of Long Beach, who will be coming on board, Rex Richardson. I know we'll have another couple of members, and our current board members. It is an honor, obviously, to serve as the mayor of Los Angeles, but it is a particular honor to serve as a member of the board and now as chair, and this is the second time that I take the gavel. So when I think about where we are today, we are in a building that really is a building that opened in May of 1939, if you can imagine it, and people from around the world coming here, and Angelenos. I was born and raised here, and growing up and coming to Union Station, I think this is such a perfect venue for this right here, but just also symbolizing our entire system, and the system that I know I was waiting for all my life, for it to really get us out of cars, for there to be other ways for transportation. So I'm excited to talk about the enormous opportunities that are in front of us for what will be a defining year in public transit before the Olympics and Paralympic Games arrive. And when we think about that, in 2 short years, we will be the first city, well, one of 3 cities in world history to host the Olympics for the 3rd time. And we want Los Angeles to be ready to welcome the world. The game impacts the entire region, and we want to look for ways for everyone to get involved. And I think that over the last few years, we have dispelled the notion that we are a car-only city. LA is a public transit region. We do have to say it over and over again because people don't believe it, but we run the 2nd largest transit system in the United States, behind only New York City. In the last year alone, as has been stated, more than 300 million boardings happened across buses and trains. That's nearly 1 million people a day riding with us. Now, the majority of Metro riders historically have been bus riders. So every day, nearly 700,000 people ride our bus lanes. And many of those riders depend on buses as the only way to get to school, to work, or to a medical appointment, or to each other. So for us, we know that the bus line is still essential. But that's why we're making landmark improvements of our bus system, building out our Vermont, North Hollywood, Pasadena, and North San Fernando Valley bus rapid transit systems. Sometimes we focus on the train, but there are other ways that people travel on Metro, but buses are always the foundation. On the A line, for example, that Chair Dutra talked about, our extension into the San Gabriel Valley, into reconnected Azusa, Glendora, San Dimas, Laverne, and Pomona to rail service for the first time since 1951. Now, it took 74 years to bring rail back, but we did it, and we did it together. We're making significant progress on the Sepulveda Transit Corridor, finally delivering what generations of Angelenos have long been promised. Those that have to deal with the 405, relief is coming. I know that Councilmember Yaroslavsky is very excited about that, as are anybody that has to deal with the 405 day in and day out. But a direct rail connection linking the San Fernando Valley to the west side. We're also just celebrated, as we've talked about, the launch of the D-Line extension, fulfilling a 50-year effort to bring the D-Line to the heart of the west side. But you know what? That opening weekend will always be in my memory because that was such a great festival. To get off the D-Line and to be right at the Peterson Museum, across the street from the Academy Award Museum, and down the street from LACMA and the La Brea Tar Pits, the activation that happened around, and again, thank you, Council Member, for that idea, but that's continued. I think one thing that hasn't been mentioned that's so incredible about the Metro line is the art. You can ride the Metro just to see the art. And I know when I've traveled to other cities, I've gone on public transit to see the art in the station, but I know what we have done here surpasses anything that I have ever seen, that's for sure. So we watch strangers and neighbors pack platforms the way they do when they're going to the Coliseum or Dodger Stadium. And we know all of that was for a very good reason. You know, all of us have to deal with this, or maybe we won't so much anymore. That crawling down Wilshire Boulevard in rush hour, now a ride, just imagine that, from Union Station to Beverly Hills in 20 minutes? I mean, sometimes, you know, that can take you an hour, especially when people come from out of town and they realize they've only gone like 10 miles. Now, 20 minutes, no traffic, no parking, no stress for $1.75. But just think, because before we know it, the D-Line is going to go all the way to UCLA. And just in time, UCLA will be the Olympic Village. Now, as a lifelong bike rider, biking, we know, is just as much a part of LA as anything else. And we're pushing to expand bike infrastructure across the region, including new stretches along the LA River Bike Path and biking Metro bike share. That is a whole nother component. Every Angeleno should have the option of experiencing LA on two wheels. And that's not all. We are here just days after the World Cup, and the fabulous videos that showed how everybody was involved in the World Cup. In Los Angeles City, we were doing our own activations in addition to the official FIFA activations under the leadership of former Councilmember Paul Krikorian and now head of our Office of Major Events. We had Kick It in the Park. We had over 100 activations in our city parks, and Metro was key to people being able to go to the parks. It was a wonderful experience to see people just having picnics, coming out with families. And Stephanie Wiggins, you mentioned the activation here. Well, I was here that day. You mentioned this room, but the activation took place everywhere, because I remember being out where passengers wait for trains and everybody was there. That they arrived that way, but everybody was there because the screens were everywhere. So it filled up the entire station. And it's just that feeling and energy that you get for people in community. And I think that's part of us coming out of COVID, even though it's been a few years now, but the sense of community. And we experienced that. Those of us that were fortunate to go to Paris experienced that. That you might have gone to maybe 5% of the city went to the actual games, but you felt the Olympics everywhere. And I certainly viewed the World Cup as a dress rehearsal for the Olympics, and it was certainly a dress rehearsal of our system. And as Vice Chair Barger said, we prove that we are ready. And everybody's always asking, well, are you ready for the Olympics? We're ready for the Olympics. We're ready. 45,000 fans safely going throughout the metro system. And for weeks, we know that many of those fans had never been on a bus or a train before. This was their experience, and what we hope, of course, is that that experience will encourage them to use public transit much, much more. So despite a tough fiscal year, we not only kept every metro service fully funded, but we've invested more than $300 million to keep Metro clean, including new unionized staff to thoroughly clean buses, rail cars, and stations 7 days a week. So we have so much to be proud of. But the year ahead is not just another busy season. Really, it's the most consequential year in a generation to put to rest that notion that we are dependent on cars. So as board chair this year, I intend to help us rise to that occasion. So let me tell you what I hope the next year will be about. My vision as board chair includes 4 priorities: Metro safe, Metro affordable, Metro reliable, and Metro ready. We've talked about the safety on Metro, and Vice Chair Barger, you did a beautiful job in talking about that. I want to add something to that, because the Metro Police Department, Public Safety Department that we're creating is new and unique. And I want to lift that up because I think that this will be the first time in the nation that you have traditional law enforcement combined with social service support, other types of professionals, because we know on the Metro line, one of the main problems are quality of life problems associated with homelessness, with substance abuse, with mental illness. And those kind of problems don't always require an armed officer. Many times, a person who has other skills is perfectly able and better to address those problems. And under our leadership of our board and our CEO, we're not just ignoring that, but we are actually moving to provide the services and the support, even housing, which is something that has not been mentioned, that Metro's even moved to provide housing to get people off the trains that were riding the trains, especially during COVID. So it really gives us a chance to create a new vision of public safety and a new model that will serve as a model for the nation. The second is Metro affordable. Every student, every worker, and every family should be able to afford the ride. In my first year as chair, I authored the motion to make the Go Pass permanent. The Go Pass lets K through 12 and community college students across this county ride Metro for free. I'm sure our young leaders over there have Go Pass. Families save hundreds of dollars a year. School attendance and student well-being improves, but we're not stopping there. The LIFE program, along with our FAIR program for seniors and people with disabilities, provide free or reduced fares for those who need it the most. Our mobility wallet, now countywide, gives 2,000 participants $1,800 for transit, ride share, or bike share. This year as chair, I want to grow the LIFE program and develop a long-term financial strategy and plan for Metro to finally be fare-free. This is the Metro that I fought for since my first term as mayor in the city, a world-class system that creates opportunity for all, including our veterans, those with disability, and those who deserve a second chance. Third is Metro reliable. This is our basic promise to every rider. Buses and trains will show up when they're supposed to, and this system will work. It sounds simple, but it really matters, getting to work on time. This is why this past June, Metro adjusted timetables on over 100 bus routes. Today, there are 80 miles of peak hour bus lanes, improving speed and reliability for hundreds of thousands of riders. By 2028, I want to grow that to more than 100 miles. That is the standard Metro Reliable will guarantee. The final is Metro Ready. At its core, this is about proving what we just proved during the World Cup, that we can move a crowd, that we can run a world-class system under pressure, that wasn't a fluke of the World Cup. As our CEO said, this is going to become our regular practice. This is a rare moment, and I intend for us to meet it and to build something that lasts long after the world stops watching. So Metro Safe, Metro Affordable, Metro Reliable, and Metro Ready, that is our North Star. Because a region where transit is safe, affordable, reliable, and ready means every Angelino can get around without a car and to every community. It means expanded opportunities and a stronger local economy. It means cleaner air and a real answer to the climate crisis. Public transit, quite literally, is one of the most powerful tools to change and improve the quality of life, and that's what we're building. I'm deeply honored and eager to pick up this gavel again and to work with my vice chair, who is a wonderful partner on so many issues, Catherine Barger, and board members and leaders to deliver a system that every person can use and count on. So I'll close with this. Just think about this beautiful building that we're in. Union Station, the way so many people, millions of people have done for so many years. Soldiers coming home, families arriving with everything they own, dreamers who believe Los Angeles could be theirs too. This station was built in a belief that our region is a place worth arriving at and worth calling home. Let's continue building a metro that is worthy of that same belief for every rider and for every neighborhood, because I believe this is our moment. So let me join others and say, go Metro! Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Gracias, Chair Bass, for sharing your inspiring vision for Metro and for LA's future with us. We look forward to working with you to continue our shared goal of building and operating the public transit system the people of LA County need and deserve, now and for generations to come. As today's program comes to a close, I'd like to invite outgoing Chair Dutra to please come forward for the ceremonial passing of the gavel. Okay, great. If I could have the rest of our board members and our former board members please join us on the stage for a final photo.
How did you get up there so quickly, Ada?
He jumped up off the stage.
I know. You're Armenian.
I got Miss Stephanie with me. Woman power here. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. The World Cup experience was amazing. Santa Monica, Big Bus, amazing.
Hey, so happy. How you doing? Good to see you. You're on the board.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in person and online for today's event. Go Metro.
Can I get one with the mayor and Director Yaroslavsky?
got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric.